Perez offering himself for the short one. Shelvey. Threateningly enough from Jonjo Shelvey.
I just wonder here, Matt Mills at the far post, is this good defending or is it a foul? He's got hold of his man as the ball is played in by Shelvey. He just seems to wrestle him to the ground. He's no intention of playing the ball. He's actually turned his back on it. I think Mills is lucky not to be penalised here in a penalty given because he's not playing the ball.
Well, Kieran Clark, I understand why he was a little aggrieved, but Forrest will certainly argue he was doing his share of the grabbing. Cash with the throw, Kasami trying to make his presence felt. Lansbury gets it back from him. Well, a bit of naughtiness has broken out on the edge of the area between Shelvey and Lansbury. And I think the assistant has seen this, and it could be trouble, big trouble.
Well, Shelvey seemed to kick out to me. The referee had actually turned his back on it. This is a big call for the officials.
Ian Cooper is the assistant on this near side. And if he saw what I only caught out the corner of my eye, it's big trouble for Jonjo Shelvey. A real game changer, a red card for the man who makes Newcastle tick. And on the first evidence we saw, you have to say, it looked the correct decision, Andy.
And the ones are coming together in the penalty area. And this is the problem with Jonjo Shelvey, a wonderfully talented player, but he can lose his head. See Lansbury there kick out a little bit at him, but there's definitely a little kick with the right leg there. The referee couldn't see it, turned his back. I think it was his linesman that actually picks this up. Just that final kick out there. Lansbury maybe makes a bit of a bigger deal of it than he needs to do. Again, Shelvey, you don't need to do this. You've been controlling the game. Landing legs like that, you can see the actual linesman looking right at it. Makes the decisions very quickly, and it looks like the right one.
Well, he's kicked out, and whatever the reaction of the opposing player, and we shouldn't forget that it's a foul inside the box while the ball was in play, so we do have a penalty here. Well, whether Lansbury has made a meal of it or not, if you kick or aim a kick at an opponent, it's a red card.
I think Lansbury knows exactly maybe what Shelvey is looking to do and just exaggerates it. And to me, again, Shelvey, you're in control of that, just step away.
Nicholas Bentner, a man who never lacks self-belief, keen to seize the opportunity. Can Carl Darlow produce heroics on his former stamping ground? Yes, he can! And just what Newcastle needed in a moment of peril. A memorable return to the City ground for Carl Darlow.
Well, goalkeepers work hard to read a penalty taker's body language, and I think Bentner telegraphs this. So the keeper then knows he's going to go to his left. It's a good height for him as well. Really solid save. So the way he approaches the ball, Bentner, is he going to wrap his boot around it and whip it to his right? No, he opens his body out, goes very early, keeper reads it. Get his team out of jail. To be fair as well, it's nowhere near the post. It's a save in many ways. If you go the right way, you should make.
The all-purpose Vernon Anita on the bench, haven't they? There may be a role for him to play. But there may be something positive to come from this set piece. It's Ritchie to play it in, and Clark is there! Whistle has gone. Well, they will feel nothing is going their way at the moment, because he felt on the last set piece he might have had a penalty. Has he been penalised for a bit of grabbing here?
I'm sure the referee just indicated there was a pull on his man. It's a brilliant ball in from Ritchie. I'm not sure about Stojkovic's starting position here. He should be flying off his line and really dealing with this. You can see he takes a couple of steps and then stops. Is there a clear foul in here? Has he got hold of Matty Cash? I think both players again. I think actually Clark has more of a hold on Cash than Cash does on him. Forrest mightily lucky to get away with that.
Yedlin. Osborne back there to help out defensively. Yedlin will get there. Well, there was a shout against Kasami for handball, and Stojkovic keeping out a venomous strike from Gouffron.
Kasami is very close to the fullback. Is it ball to hand or does it hit him? His arm is out. Well, for me, that isn't handball. Gouffron from this position could be doing a lot better. Since the sending off, Newcastle still absolutely dominating the game. I'm sure during the course of the second half. That has to change clearly for Nottingham Forest. If they have to go on and win the game, they've got to make that extra man pay.
Ritchie. Gale is fouled by Michael Mancienne. It's a foul that is going to result in a booking as well.
I see defenders looking at referees all the time saying I did nothing wrong. Well, there's a clear pull back. It's such a dangerous area of the field. Keep your hands off the striker, let him get into the area down the back of the wing back, but stay on your feet, don't give a free kick away in such a dangerous area.
Well, they don't have the option that Shelvey gives them in this situation, but Matt Ritchie is capable of causing his own brand of havoc with his left foot. Clark's had some joy in the air. However, he's managed to achieve it. Cash. Robbed by Clark, able to keep the pressure on. Hayden, cross got a deflection. It's a gift for Ritchie, who buries it. Well, down to 10 men they may be, but they continue to dominate here at the City Ground. And now they have some reward to reflect it.
Well, how important is that Caldalo penalty save now? This is an emphatic finish, though. Bit of good fortune. The ball finding its way to Matt Ritchie, but how quickly he sets himself up. There's no panic, he knows exactly what he's looking to do. And he just really whips it past Stojkovic. Keeper never even moved. Doesn't put his laces through it. Just whips it with his instep. That is unsavable. And what a response to from Newcastle, going a man down. Golden chance has come along, and Ritchie has buried it.
Well, you know, he spoke this week how he was desperate for a goal because he's felt that his form hasn't quite been hitting the heights. Well, the smile all over his face tells the story as we head into 2 added minutes.
There was a bit of good fortune, the ball finding its way to Matt Ritchie, but it's always a worry with Nottingham Forest when the ball is in wide areas and crosses are coming in. They're not clearing anything convincingly, and there's always a chance the ball will stay alive and then end up in the back of your net.
Will do Forest have an answer in what remains of this first half? Passed up their best opportunity of the night. And even against 10 men, they might be at a premium.
I do feel that was the bigger issue, not having Shelvey sent off. It's the fact you didn't convert the penalty and take the lead and put pressure on the 10 men of Newcastle.
Well, there was a rogue whistle. Here's Lansbury with a chance, goes down again, and he's given it again. Well, it's Paul Dummett who is deemed guilty of a foul that denies a goal-scoring opportunity without attempting to play the ball, and he is sent off. Newcastle down to 9, and this night takes another remarkable twist.
The look on the face of Jamal Lascelles pretty much says it all, but it's far too easy for Lansbury to get in. There's no communication between the two Newcastle defenders, both ball watching. That's why Lansbury is goal side. There is a foul, clear foul with Dummett at his back. Good first touch. Again, he makes a bit of a meal of it, but there is contact. It is a penalty. And who takes this penalty? Nicholas Bentner, has he got the confidence to step up again and took it home? A major opportunity for Forest to get back into the game, and then they'll have 2 extra men.
Well, Dummett takes the forlorn trudge. Lansbury relieves Bentner of penalty duties, having scored twice from the spot already.
The Some really criminal defending there. The centre-half and full-back just not communicating. That's why Lansbury got in.
Well, Darlow booked for taking his time over it. Lansbury to step up. And Darlow produces again! Extraordinary! Well, that's what it means to them.
And once again, you look at Darlow reading the shape of the penalty taker. What a return to the City ground this is for Karl Darlow.
Oh, unbelievable. Well, it's not by any means been a quiet night on his return to his old stomping ground for Karl Darlow. 2 penalty saves. Matt Ritchie with a critical goal for Newcastle when they were down to 10 men after John Joe Shelby's sending off for that foul on Henry Lansbury. Nicholas Bendtner failing to convert that penalty, but then Darlow standing up strong again as Henry Lansbury was felled and then couldn't convert from the spot. Extraordinary half at the City ground, and Newcastle lead by 1-0.
Trying to eat into the clock as much as you can when you have the ball.
Much test of those game management skills. A scenario that we won't face too often in a real combat situation, if you like. Here's Ben Osborne. Forest did put a spoke in the wheels of Newcastle's last championship campaign. In towards Bendtner. Stayed onside this time. It's Lansbury in support. Mills. Lansbury. Onus on Belonga is in there. Oh, and Darlow with a remarkable save. Bendtner's still in there and forces it in. Well, it wasn't pretty, but it's a thing of beauty as far as the Forest fans are concerned. On terms against the 9 men.
Well, it's a scrappy goal, and Karl Darlow initially gets this wrong. Comes to a ball he's never going to reach. He makes a miraculous stop initially. It's a tangle of legs. And eventually Bendtner just sticks out a leg and pokes it home. And we really have a game on now. Lascelles couldn't sort himself out and clear it first time. Once he took the ball down and kept it alive, there's an opportunity for either Bendtner or Assombalonga to tuck it home. And of course, they've got their equaliser. Game on.
Well, an element of redemption for Nicholas Bendtner after the penalty failure. And for the 9 men of Newcastle, it's a formidable task. Mills to play it in, Velios to make a difference, they hope. Lehigh. Away by Lascelles. Now here's Carriol. Lehigh. Carriol's ball in, Osborne. Impish figure. It's Kasami. It's Lehigh.
There's 2 good interventions there from Isaac Hayden. Tackling the penalty area was the perfect one. If he'd mistimed that, it was a penalty.
He's got the vast majority of them right tonight, hasn't he, Hayden? He's really come to the fore in that aspect. Whipped in dangerously, where's it going to drop? It drops in! Well, Mills wheeled away, Cash delighted, Forest have got the lead, that's what we do know. Newcastle's resistance finally broken, and it may well be Jamal Lascelles who got the final touch back at Forest.
Oh, it's all about the quality of the ball in. It's flat, it's pacey. All Velios does is help it on its way. Good movement from the big man, that's why he's on. And Assombalonga is actually ahead of the ball. He doesn't make contact. He seems to very definitely come up Jamal Lascelles. It's a brilliant set piece. Again, doesn't sort his feet out, can't put his foot through the ball. And it's disaster right at the death for Newcastle.
Well, they've not looked under the kind of pressure a team reduced to 9 men should be. But what pressure they have mustered has paid. And what a story of contrasts for the returning pair, really. Carl Darlow saving 2 penalties, but Jamal Lascelles with what may be the decisive touch in this game.